Alright, today we're going to tie a pattern called the Frenchie. I wish I could take the credit on this fly. This fly was designed by a Fly Fish Team USA member, Lance Egan, and it was showed to us by a fellow teammate of his, Devin Olson. So here we are. Today this is going to be a size 14 hook. This is a Dairiki 135 and a 3.0 millimeter tungsten bead. I'm going to just use some brown thread. So we're going to make our way down for the tail. It's going to be the same as the hare's ear we've done. This tailing fiber we really like, is some coq de leon. So I'm just going to pull that off the stem. So we're going to measure it, put it on there, do a couple of pinch wraps on there. Alright, and then we're going to grab a copper wire for the ribbing. This fly is really easy. This fly is, you know, as good as dynamite. This thing just is. Oh, I tried to tie this copper wire in on the far side, so it works a lot better to get it on that far side. If you have to kind of, I like to take my scissors sometime to kind of get it up on that, to stay up on that side. Perfect. Alright, so we'll go wind that back to the top, cut that off. We're just going to use a pheasant tail fiber. I'll probably just use about 4, 5, 6 fibers. I just kind of grab whatever I got there, and there's excess, there's excess. So I like to, if you take the tips like that to kind of even them up, I like to kind of snip them off. Those tips are very brittle. Then after you get this tied in, you don't have to make any other cuts. It makes it kind of a cleaner fly, looking fly. Alright, so now I'm just, after I get that tied in back to the tail, I'm just going to create a slight taper in this fly. Alright, when I do that, take these fibers, I'm just going to wrap them. Alright, so I'm wrapping these back towards me, and that's going to be important because you want to do your rib counter wrapped. So I'm going to take those pheasant tails all the way up to the bead. I like to do one in the front, snip those off. Now I'm going to counter rib it, and that's kind of why you put that on the far side. This counter rib, I'm going to do it with about anywhere 3 to 4, maybe even a 5th wrap. Get that up to about where the bead is, tie it off. Alright. This is almost not fair that you can catch as many fish on this fly compared to how much time you spend tying it. Alright, so now I'm going to take a little bit of hot pink eye stubbing, just a tiny amount. As you can see, that's just tiny. So I'm going to do about 2 wraps on it, and then I'm going to whip finish. I'm just going to do a hand whip finish here, and that's as easy as this fly comes. Again, do a second whip finish. 3 or 4 turns is usually sufficient. Alright, and that's the pink one. This is probably one of our favorite colors. A couple other colors to show you that we really like. This is the same fly but in a lavender. We really like that lavender. And then this other one that we really like is this olive. Most all of this we use as ice dubbing. You can use whatever dubbing you want, any color you want. These are just 3 of our favorites. So tie some of these up. They're really simple, tie them in, you know, different sizes. They work really good on your European nymphing rig. Tie these up and yeah, have fun with them.